Now that you have your Google account, you should sign in to the Google account. You're going to look for your little app square, and we're going to go into our Google Drive. In Stats, we're going to use a lot of things with Google Sheets. So we're going to click New and go to Google Sheets. Google Sheets is a lot like Microsoft Excel. It's Google's version of a spreadsheet. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to add some data. Now you can add data with this just like you would in the Google spreadsheet. So we're going to go over here and we're just going to type our data in each cell. So I'm going to call the column female pulse rate. And I'm going to make it a little longer so that it takes up as much space as I need it. And we're just going to type these numbers in. You will have the sheet from your book that tells you what numbers you're going to type. So I'm going to pause this, type my numbers in, and when you come back, you're going to see a full list of numbers. So this is the data that we're going to use to do a few of our problems. And in class, I will have given you some definitions. And so we're going to go with some of those definitions so that you will understand how you can create these for your homework. We're going to be creating frequency tables. Now, just as a reminder to some of the things that we did in class, we are going to create a frequency table, and we're going to have to determine the class width of our frequency table. Now, I would like to probably do with this one maybe 5 classes. Maybe even 7 classes. You get to decide what you want to do with this based on the answers that you get when you do this. Now, let's see, I think I'll go with 7. Remember that the lowest that you would want to have would be 5, and it should be between 5 and 20. I've just arbitrarily picked 7. You get to pick what you want unless someone tells you how many you should have. So notice that in order to determine your class width, you take the maximum value minus the minimum value and you divide it by the number of classes that you want. So we're going to go back to our spreadsheet. You can actually use the math built into Google Sheets to do the math that you want. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to find my minimum and my maximum. So I'm going to hit Insert, Function, and I'm going to go maximum. And when you do that, if you highlight all of your data and hit enter, it's going to tell you in that cell what your maximum number is. You can also do that for minimum. So I'm going to hit Insert, Function, Minimum. I'm going to highlight everything that's there. So you don't have to go through all those numbers to find the minimum and the maximum. It's built into Google. So I can do 124 and 60. Those are my minimum and my maximum. So I could do a little math here. Notice that this number is in cell C2 and this number is in cell C3. So I can do my math where I want to take the maximum minus the minimum and divide by the number of classes. Remember, I decided 7 classes. So I can hit equals, and I can do, let's do 2 sets of parentheses because we have an order of operations here. So I'm going to do C2 minus C3 divided by 7, and I'm going to close out my parentheses. Let's see if that worked. Now I have 9 point something. So, you know, I could go with 9 numbers. I could go with 10 numbers. That would be up to you. That would be something that you would want to decide. Remember that when you're counting, you count the first number and you count the last number. So I think what I'm going to do is, since my lowest number is 60, I'm going to go with maybe 60 to 69. That's 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69. That's actually 10 numbers. But things will flow a little better if I do that. So I can go 70 to 79 now. I can do 80 to 89. And I know that my last number is 124, so I need to make sure that I get that one in there. And let's see how many classes I have. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is what I said that I wanted. I wanted all those classes that I had. So now your next task is going to be to go through and count them. So I need to count the ones that are from 60 to 69. So I'm going to go over here and I'm just going to go through and count. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I'm going to go through and count for each one of these. So I'm going to pause it, and when we come back, you will see all of my numbers filled in. Now I had 40 pieces of data. So you want to add your numbers up and make sure they add up to 40. And again, we could, if we wanted to, do the built-in math in Google. So I can go in the cell below it and I can hit Insert Function. So every time you want to do math, you hit Insert Function. And sum means add everything up. So I'm going to hit Sum. And I'm going to highlight the columns that I want included in my sum. Whoops. Let's try that again. And then hit enter. And it has 40 there, and I know I have 40 pieces of data, so I know what I've done is correct.